be for Taurus men born in May. A lot of y'all don't even know what to say, but shoot, it ain't even that bad. And when you know what, whatever you do, do it, boo. I don't even want to talk to you and come in, you know what, look at you in your face. I want to keep on not staring at you and be like, yeah, I think they okay now. And grandma said, but they not. I said, they ain't okay. And they just doing what they need to do in order to get through this dry ass reality of the world that they're in. I said, that's that bitch. I said, that's the bitch that said this to me and said that to me. I said, bitch, thank you for communicating. I said, you know how to communicate effectively. And everybody be acting like, you know what, you don't know how to talk. I said, bitch, she talks all the time. And that's someone's truth. I said, bitch, that one communicate all the time. And they know how to communicate effectively. And I said, if I come and communicate with them and they know this and they know that and they know all this other shit, I'd be like, you know what? You fired. And that's someone's truth here too. I said, you know what? Even years ago, they were supposed to give someone something and they didn't. I said, yeah. But they gave the other bitch something knowing that she wasn't qualified to do shit. And God said, you know what? That's kind of fucked up, ain't it? You like, yeah, and it is. And now y'all want to look at all this and want to, you know what, go through the rigmarole and seeing this and seeing that and seeing all this other stuff. I said, y'all doing too much, see? And y'all full of shit. And I said, yeah, that's that nigga over there acting like this and acting like that. I said, yeah, that bitch ain't got nothing in her system. And then what you gonna say? And grandma said, yeah, unfortunately, they have, you know what, worked here and worked there and worked everywhere. And that's kind of catastrophic for them. I said, yeah, because no one knows how to treat people right. And that's someone's truth here too. Even Halverson is looking like, yeah, she came through and did everything she was supposed to do. And God said, ain't that the truth here, boo? Yeah, key player is here. It says important person playing an essential role and irreplaceable. Someone is definitely looking to, okay, hook up with somebody or connect to somebody or get in a relationship. I said, that's what she's about. A relationship. She ain't about hooking up and none of that stuff and everything. I need to tell all y'all that relationship, boo. I said, that's what she is. She's been this way. And grandma said, that's what everyone is starting to pick up on here too. Yeah, sleeping princess is here. It says unmotivated, procrastinating, and putting things off. So someone, you know what, ain't gonna get everything that they need to get this time, because I'm gonna make sure that they go through this and go through that and all this other stuff to get nothing again. And grandma say, you know what, that one's gonna get fired. Because it shouldn't be this complex. And that's someone's truth here too. Yeah, hands off is here. It says territorial lovers stating claim and scaring off the competition. God say, you know what, that nigga keep moving around and stuff, but he like, shit, I think I found something that is better suited for me. Thank you for opening my eyes to see. And God said, that's what she did for you, huh? You like, yeah, she makes everything feel okay, a little bit lighter. And I said, that's what's up, boo. And I said, ain't that the truth? And I was having a bad day, and she like, shit, have your bad day too, boo. I'm having a bad day too, fuck it. Yeah, we have the energy here of the high road is here. It says unbothered, brushing it off and moving past it. God say, you know what? That nigga didn't even know where he was going, but he said, shit, I'm finna get out the house though. Somebody don't like sitting in the house, and they like, shoot, I'm always gone. And God said, that's a good thing for him here too. Yeah, the overall energy we have is buttering up. It says using charm, persuasion for personal gain and finesse. God say, you know what? Even that one bitch said shit. She don't do shit. And I like that, boo. Don't do nothing around here. And that's someone's truth here too. Tell me more for Taurus men born in May. Yeah, we have the essence of heartbreak. Hotel is here. Someone is saying, you know what? I ain't seen you come out of this, and I ain't seen you come out of that, and I ain't seen you do this, I ain't seen you do that. So what the hell is going on? This is catastrophic, boo. And they all trying to figure out this and figure out that. But God said, you know what? They being taken care of elsewhere here too. Someone is getting a whiff of that. And I said, don't we know it here, boo? It says hurt, betrayal, grief, and disappointment. Tell me more. Yeah, addictions is here. It says toxic attachments, drugs, alcohol, and obsession. I say, you know what? I don't think that one knows that they ain't looking for nothing. God just putting them right here just to see what everybody else is gonna do. And I said, that's what be going on here too. God's people is here, boo. I said, that's God right there. And somebody is saying, I know. Hey, God, like, and someone's truth here too. Text messages here. Communication, news, phone calls, and direct message. Some of y'all may end up, you know what, not receiving a message for the next 42 minutes or 42 hours here too. There may be a delay. Yeah, we have friends is here. It says acquaintances, trust, support, and loyalty. Yeah, coming out with proposal, love offer, engagement, arrangement, and wishes coming true. God say, you know what? It wasn't even supposed to go down this way. But I know that, bitch, boo. No, you don't. Yes, I do. I know that. I know exactly who that is. And grandma said that's what you need to know about somebody here too. They know something in some type of way. Yeah, home is here. It says comfort, safety, belonging, and shelter. So home is here. Someone gonna end up connecting to someone here too. Tell me more for Taurus men born in May. Yeah, it says, I regret what I did to you. So someone is really looking like, you know what? You don't need to be out here looking for nothing. You need to go back in the house, but you came outside looking for something because you ready to, you know what, end it all for some of you here too. Someone is feeling suicidal, and if you are feeling suicidal, call 911 too as well here, or check yourself into the closest hospital here, boo. And that's someone's truth. They don't want to do this life no more. It's becoming a little bit too overwhelming. I understand that. Yeah, it says they will never compare to you. So someone is not going to be putting everything in one basket. They're going to spread something out. Yeah, it says you tame my demons. And then it says I want to hold you. So someone wants to come back around, okay, but they want to wait until everyone is gone or that person is not outside communicating with people or talking or saying something here too. Someone want to wait for something. Yeah, it says I'm scared that you will reject me. Overall energy, your energy is intoxicating and is pulling me in. So this could be people that's friends of yours, okay? Someone could have a chronic addiction to something here too as well. Someone may level up, okay, a situation out of nowhere where they want to. Yeah, it says you're the best thing that has ever happened to me. So someone feels like, you know what, you don't know the weight that you carry. It's like you don't know who you are. You know, you're special to people in some type of way. Yeah, it says I treated you like an option and I am sorry. So someone could have, you know what, carried you into the house, okay, too as well. knew that one was going to fly over there. Yeah, it says, I am healing. Please be patient. So someone is taking time to heal in this situation. Yeah, it says, you're the only one I see now. So someone is, you know what, all into you now. Even though they could have been commiserating with other people, okay? Sex, drugs, and violence is here too as well. I'm getting the word volatile is here. Yeah, it says, you're all I've ever hoped for. You're my dream person. This is coming out in every reading. Yeah, overall energy, I feel empty without you. So someone feels empty without you. Let's see what's the blocks of love here. Taurus men born in May. The blocks of love is self-pity, overall energy, unhealed abandonment wounds. So let me get you an angel card here. Okay. So you have 3 cards coming out. It says Zaina. It says, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. And then we have Serena. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. And the last card, it says Althena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So that's your message. Bye.